everyone, and welcome back to another day of distance learning. This is second grade math DCPS learning packet week 7 day 3. All right, we're going to do the daily warm-up. Solve each problem. Make jumps of tens and ones to subtract 14. Remember, we're subtracting, so we have to count backwards. At this time, I want you to hit the pause button and do the rest on your own. All right, let's look at the first problem. We started at 67. Remember, we're subtracting 14. So if I count back 10, I land at 57. Now I have to take away 4 ones. So I have to have 1, 2, 3, 4. When I go back 4 ones, I land at 53. So 67 minus 14 equals 53. Press pause again and go to the second problem. Please press pause. All right, the next problem is 95 minus 14. If I am at 95, I count back 10, that gets me to 85. Now I'm going to count back 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should lead me to 81. So 95 minus 14 equals 81. Let's move on to our new learning for today. In our new learning, we're going to use the arrow method to be able to count forward and backwards. This is an anchor chart that will help us. This anchor chart helps to show us how to use the arrow way and the number bond to solve a problem. Okay, so now let's look at the let's try section. Count up using the arrow way to complete each number sentence. So, before we do that, we have to understand that we are going to be using the arrow way, and the easiest way to use the arrow way is to make the number 10. So let's make the number 10. Well, let's review how we make the number 10 by looking at our rainbow here. We know that when we have 0 and 10 together, that makes 10. 1 and 9 make 10. 2 and 8 make 10. 3 and 7 make 10. 4 and 6 make 10. And 5 and 5 make 10. So remember, when we're looking at these problems, first thing we're trying to do is to make that friendly 10, because we can add and subtract with 10 so much faster and easier with the number 10. So 45 plus equals 100. If I had to look at this problem, this is what I would do. I would look in the ones place. I have a 5. I know that if I have 5 and I add another 5, I can make the next 10 number. So 45 plus 5 equals 50. Wow. Now, since I'm at 50, that's much easier for me to get to 100. I know that 50 plus 50 is going to give me 100. Now what I have to do is that I have to go back and I'm going to look at the numbers that I used at the top of my arrows, the numbers that I jumped. So I jumped 5 spaces and I've jumped 50 spaces. When I put those together, 5 plus 50 equals 55. Therefore, 45 cents plus 55 cents equals 100 cents, which is also known as a dollar. Let's try this again with problem number B. All right, so here I have problem B. This is what I'm going to do. I have 15. Remember, I'm trying to get to 100. So when I look at the number 15, I say to myself, I look in the ones place. If I'm at 15 and I want to get to the next 10 number, I'm going to jump 5 more spaces because I know 5 plus 5 will give me to the next 10 number, which happens to be 20. Now that I'm at my 10 number, 20, I can easily get to 100 by adding 80. Now I go back, and what I'm going to do, I look at the numbers that I've jumped. I jumped 5 spaces and I jumped 80 spaces. When I put them together, that's 85 spaces. So 15 cents plus 85 cents equals 100 cents. I want you to press pause, please, and I want you to try C and D. Press pause. Okay, so let's look at C. So I was at 57. I needed to add 3 more to make the 10 number 60. 60 plus 40 will get me to 100. So that means I have 43 cents, and I need to put the cent sign there because we're talking about money. The next one is D. So for D, I was at 71. I had to add 9 to get to 80. And from 80, I added 20 to get to 100. So I need my cent sign there. 29 cents plus 71 cents equals 100 cents. All right, so now I'm looking at the next set of problems. We're going to solve using the arrowway and a number bond. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one here that we're going to do together. So we're going to do 100 minus 28 equals Well, the way that I will tackle this one is I know what number I'm starting with, 100. I know what I'm taking from it, 28. I would break 28 up into tens and ones. If I have 100 and I take away 2 tens is 20. I will end up with 80. Now I have to take away my ones. If I'm at 80 and I subtract 8 ones, I know that I'm going to end up at 72. Because remember, I am counting backwards. I'm counting backwards. Because I was at 80. If I go backwards, 79, 78, 77, 76, 75, 74, 73, 72. So $1 was my whole. I've taken away 28 cents, which leaves me with 72 cents. So 72 is my answer. All right, I want you to try the other problem on your own. That's plus 79 equals 100. Please press pause. So when we look at the next problem, we're looking at the first problem because we did the second one together. So if I'm at 79 and I want to get to 100, 79 plus 1 will get me to the next 10 number, which is 80. 80 plus 20 takes me to 100. When I go back and I put the 1 and the 20 together, I have 21. So 21 plus 79 equals 100. All right, let's look at our problem set next. Now, I think you're ready to try your problem set on your own. Remember, you can use the arrow way, a number bond, a tape diagram. Go ahead and try to do your best. See you tomorrow for day 4.